I had this like moment like 10, 15 minutes ago where I was just like so anxious. I didn't have any like anxious thoughts with it, but my heart was just racing for no reason. I was literally just sitting up there, like eating my burger, trying to like write like my self improvement, like whatever. And my heart is like pounding out of my chest. And it's just really weird. Like it happens to me. It happens to me like fairly often where like I'll just randomly become activated. Um, but so the first thing that I tried to do was do some like deep breathing. Like usually what helps, this helps sometimes, is doing a 4 second inhale and then a 6 second exhale. So it doesn't really like matter the amount of seconds, but as long as the exhale is longer, it signals to your vagus nerve that you're safe. And so I did that a few times, but it doesn't really help all the time. And like it didn't that time. And so the next thing that I would go to do is grounding, which is kind of like five things you can see, four things you can touch, three things you can hear. And I used to hate this method because I was like, it doesn't like do anything. Um, but I kind of like wasn't actually doing it before. Like I wasn't actually trying because I had already like made up my mind that it didn't work before like fully like committing to the belief that it did. And when you really like commit to, naming the things you can see, like really like seeing them, like really seeing them, then really feeling the things you can feel, really hearing the things you can hear, because it's all about attention. It's all about where you put your energy. So when your heart's like beating really fast, then all your attention, you're like, oh my God, my heart's beating really fast. And so you're sending all that attention, all that energy to your heart, which, you know, actually increases the anxiety because now like you're almost like disassociating from the present in a way. Um, you're disassociating from like where you are, where you're sitting, and you're just like, oh my God, all I can feel is the pounding. And so when you take your energy away from the feelings of anxiety in your body, um, it usually will dissolve on its own and not instantly. Like you can't do it for like 15 seconds and expect it to go away, but you can at least take that 8 to like a 4. And then over time, as you get better, you could take it to a 3, to a 2, to a 1. And so, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, and it kind of worked. And I also like really love like moving my body. Like that always helps. Like, this is something that I do that kind of helps feel safe in the body. Like, because when you're like super anxious, it usually means like, or sometimes it means that you're like so stuck in your head that you almost tend to like float away, like a thought bubble. And you need to be grounded into the now, into the safety of the now. Because, like, obviously, right now there's no present danger around. Um, but your body doesn't believe that because your body's pulling from past experiences where it felt unsafe. And it's looping them in your body as if those past experiences are happening now. And your body doesn't know the difference between the past or the present or the future. They're all the same. And I could get into that more, how time, is a lot different than we've been taught to believe when it comes to the body. Um, but anyways, the point is, to the body, there's only now. The past is now. The future is now. Everything is happening now. So you need to create safety in the now. You can't promise safety in the future or try to find safety in the past. You need to create it in the present. Anyways, okay, so these are like called butterfly taps. You like that? And it's kind of like a little hug. You can also do it on the shoulder. It's like, sometimes I have success with this. It kind of depends. I like to go through like the full range of my options when I'm really going through it. Another thing is, I think this is called bilateral tapping, but it's like when you tap the sides of your heads. It's called EMT, I think. Let me check. I'm so sorry. I look like kind of like chopped right now. Oh, that's not that. ETM. Wait, now I'm sounding stupid. Tapping method. What is it? Oh, EFT. Emotional freedom technique. I didn't know that. Okay, so like what you would do is you could do like the top of your head, between your eyebrows, the sides of your eyes, under your eyes, under your nose, on your chin. And you can do like your collarbone. And I think it like sends blood to those areas. Wait, tapping method, science behind it. It just basically the tapping, like the rhythmic tapping, like sends calming signals to like your threat center of the brain, which is the amygdala. And so it like reduces the feeling by like the contact. Ugh, God, I'm so bad at explaining this. And then you can also combine it with like phrases like, I accept myself. Even though I feel anxious, I accept myself. And then do like a deep breath, like sighing. It's like that feeling that you get when you feel relief, you sigh, but then you can also like induce the feeling of relief. Like your body doesn't know the difference. So like it just knows the feeling, which is really important. And then I realized you kind of need to treat your anxiety like how you would a little baby. Like you imagine it like a little baby inside of you. Or maybe that's weird. You imagine it like you, first of all, you need to not imagine it as yourself. Like you are separate from your anxiety. Someone coming in. Anxiety is just something that you're experiencing. It's not who you are. And even that reframe can help bring it down. It's an experience, and like all experiences, they will pass through you. But your spirit, your like eternal spirit, like it's not anxious. It's consistent. It's infinite. It's whatever. So anyways, you are not your anxiety. But you also, you're still experiencing it. So you need to think of your anxiety as like a protection mechanism, because you have anxiety. If you like look at the human species, like you go back like tens of thousands of years, eventually, I mean, at some point it was like used to protect us from like actual threats, like a lion or whatever, like being killed in the wild. Like you need that, so you know that it's not safe, so you can survive, so you can reproduce, so you can, whatever. But now, we don't need that anymore, evolutionarily. But it's still here. So it's, and now it's associated with things that just like aren't like threats to our life, like a social situation, for example. But you can't treat it like something negative. Even though like it makes you feel negative, it's trying to help you. It's sending a signal. Anxiety is communication. Everything that happens in your body is communication. And it's up to you to integrate that and consciously understand and communicate with your body instead of shutting it off. Because you can, one reaction to anxiety is to just like try to push it down. Say like, well, I have no reason to feel anxious. Like, this is stupid. Like, go away, go away, go away. But, as you try to push it away, it just gets louder because, if you lock... I keep thinking someone's coming in. If you lock a child in a closet, it's not just gonna like disappear, right? It's gonna like start banging on the door, crying, screaming, bothering you because it's like so fucking loud. And the humane response wouldn't be to put on headphones to block it out. Like that wouldn't make it go away either. It would be to open the door, ask what's wrong, talk to it, hug it, console it, try to make it feel better. Try to make the baby feel better. And the same thing needs to be applied to anxiety. Because once you start responding to anxiety as a signal and not, not an op, not like a threat, then you can actually start to heal it. And once you accept the feeling that you're experiencing, you'll find that it dissolves far more easily. And just like you would rock a baby to calm it down, you also kind of need to rock your own inner child. Fuck, I'm like sounding so dumb. You need to console yourself. You need to hug yourself. You need to let yourself know that you're safe. You need to talk to yourself like a child, because you once were a child. You once were a child that felt incredibly unsafe, that, could not tell the difference between getting eaten by a lion and, feeling terrified of going to school. Getting eaten by a lion and going to school. And your body, it doesn't know the difference, bro. It literally was found that, like, growing up in an unsafe household can cause the same responses in the body as a war veteran. A war veteran. Like, your body doesn't know the difference. So you need to start treating it like that. And you'll find that when you start to listen to your body and communicate with it, it's conscious in its own right. Because, the body developed before the mind. The brain is, how old is the brain? How old is consciousness? I mean, that's not really known. I'm actually shocked I haven't looked this up yet. Oh, damn, that's old. 520 million years old. But the human brain is only 100,000 years old. Oh, wow. Okay. How old is the human brain? Okay, let me check. So the human brain is pretty recent. I low-key forget why I started talking about that. Anyways. Treat your anxiety how you want to be treated. If you want to be treated with love, treat your anxiety with love. If you want to be treated with compassion, treat your anxiety with compassion. That's how you heal. I'm saying this as someone who's, far from healing. Well, actually, that's not the mindset. I don't like that. I'm taking that back. I'm in the healing process. I'm understanding all these things about myself. Like, a year ago, I didn't know how to, calm my heart when it was racing at 1,000 miles an hour. I would just, I don't actually, know what I would do. I think I would just, rock back and forth, which, is also a way to, calm yourself down. But it wasn't, a conscious integration. I was doing that, as a stress response, automatically, but not, participating in the relationship with my anxiety that I'm now starting to develop. Or not my anxiety, with anxiety, because it's not mine. It's, see, I still have a lot of work to do, but I don't really know, what the point of this was, but I just feel like that's kind of an important, takeaway that I had. Even thanking your anxiety. That's something my therapist told me to do. Thanking your anxiety. Thank you for protecting me once. When I was younger, I don't need you anymore. You're free to go. You did your job. Now, you can move on. You can leave my body. Even something like that. So, I don't know. I feel like there's different, strategies that will work for everyone. And there's also, different strategies that will work for, different situations. If your anxiety is, thought-based, or if it's body-based, or if it's both at the same time. Double the fun. But, yeah. I don't know, that was kind of, a long rant. But I'm trying to think if I have anything else to say. Honestly, I was thinking about, recording something so different, but then, I just started to, literally have, a panic attack, and I had to, calm myself down. Yeah, any kind of movement helps. Any kind of movement, just stretching or, grounding, feeling the area, feeling the ground. Rubbing your hands together really fast, like this. And then you take them apart, and it's you feel all the energy between your hands, and you just focus on the energy. You focus on the friction that your hands created and the heat between your hands, and you just breathe into that. And it's kind of fun. And it takes you back into the moment. And yeah, I don't know if that was useless, but yeah, that's my thoughts on all of that. So, anyways.